Now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PUCL Podcast.
It's PUCL! PUCL! It's PUCL! PUCL! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! PUCL! PUCL.
And welcome to the 417th episode of the PUCL Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with a spectacle of co-hosts. First, we have the most fishiest person I know, Seth Vilo.
Hello, I'm here to rend the podcast.
And then I've also got, as always, the master of all knowledge, Sigma.
Oh, I thought we were going to go with Vault Beak there, darn. Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome to the PUCL Podcast. If you're new, welcome back. If you're old, we really appreciate you guys listening to the show. We have a good time here. PUCL, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name I came up with in 2007. And we talk about everything Pokemon, from the video game to the trading card game to, honestly, it's been a lot of the video game lately. Just because we got Sword and Shield came out. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in it. It's super exciting.
Yep.
So with that note, though, what have you guys been doing? Have you been playing Sword and Shield?
Absolutely. I've been doing that, trying to get all my stuff properly fixed from my in-game run with mints and caps and all that kind of nonsense, and just trying to tackle the ladder. You guys heard Battlecast last week, so I've been trying to figure out what the heck is good. And I guarantee since Battlecast came out and this podcast came out, there's probably like 15 changes.
This meta hasn't settled at all, and it's way different than like other metas too. Because previously, like, you could lean on like old favorites, and now you can't. So it's a weird time to be alive.
Yeah, I've been having a problem with Hatterene on my team because it just eats my cores alive. And I thought, gosh, what resists Fairy, Psychic, and Fire? Oh yeah, oh wait, no.
Yep. Yep. Stuff like that's gone. It's really sad. Like all of your Pokemon knowledge is just gone.
Yeah, now it becomes trivia.
Mm-hmm. It can win you $20 of TeePublic credit, though, Seth.
There we go. Apparently not.
What about you, Sigma? How's life? Everything? The Pokemon verse?
Still lots of Pokemon Sword.
Yeah.
It's amazing how well stretched the post game is between whether you want to be raiding, breeding, or going to like the battle tower, and hopefully soon the battle arena.
I think they did the battle tower better. Yeah,
the battle tower is nice, quick. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go in, get another rank up, and go back to my breeding. It's a nice little thing to do in between.
Yeah. I'm also like really excited because I think next week is the first tournament for Pokemon, or this weekend. I should say.
Week
it's this
weekend, I think.
Yeah, it's one of the weekends upcoming. I'll have to double check this for the new segment, but there's another weekend that's coming up where you can do the first tournament for Pokemon, which is a 3v3 singles. And first of all, it's really nice because Global Link's not involved, and you can actually join the tournament. I don't think there's any big prizes minus like you can get some BP, but
I don't even think they've announced BP.
I don't even know what they've announced for it. It's very vague, but I'm okay with it. I mean, I'd be okay just throwing like my hat in the ring and try 3v3 singles.
It's super weird though, because now the Battle Arena Online actually gives you BP and things like that. So I don't know what kind of prize they're going to get for these tournaments anymore. Since
interesting
that from Battle Arena already.
Get your
get mints, rare candies, all that stuff from playing Battle Arena now.
Get your Gigantamax Snorlax. Maybe that's how. I don't know. So it's really interesting. I don't know. They're handling things really oddly here in the post game. Like, this is probably the first like real post game episode we've done, because last week was like, yeah, we finished the game, and it wasn't really much post game. And I thought it was really interesting now, just being like, yeah, there's some stuff to do. I mean, I think rating is really huge, which we're going to talk a lot more about later today. Without rating, I don't know that the game would have as much longevity. Mm-hmm. And I think that helps because one of resource management and other just, it's a good way to spend time with your friends.
Yeah, honestly, you're always being rewarded because you could always use more experience candies, more DRs.
Exactly. So like, I mean, I don't think there's ever a downside to doing them, especially doing whatever. I think at least the resources themselves are very good. And maybe not the Pokemon themselves, but like just playing in the raid is always good. Mm-hmm. And because there's going to be a point, like right when you finish the decks, it's not going to be nearly as fun. You're not going to be like, oh, I do need that Trampa.
Yeah.
But you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I need this. So
yeah, it's like, oh, I wouldn't mind throwing a Pokeball at that if it
exactly
has ability.
Exactly. So those are the things that I think are it's interesting. It's interesting. I have a good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
For myself, I mean, I've been doing that as well. I've been working on finishing the decks and working on it. I've gotten to the point in my game where I'm like based on like wild area weather catches, and so the game's just like, yeah, you should finish the Pokedex. Like the little Dex Nav thing is no longer like, yeah, you should catch this one. It goes, yeah, no, you should go finish that Pokedex.
Wow.
I think that's probably like the most demeaning thing it can say. It's just like, hey, you
quit being lazy.
Hey, you should probably just like, I don't know, evolve some stuff.
Hey, go find that 2% Mimikyu today. It's only today.
Yeah.
There you go.
I already did that, so we're good. Honestly, that's another thing I've been really happy with in Sword and Shield is just like how much better the 2% feel, I have to say, because there's been a lot of ways where I've been playing the game and I'll see, and like for both Ice-Q and Mimikyu, I did both of those yesterday, and they're both 2% in the grass. Neither of them felt that hard to find, which was kind of nice. And I think that I don't know if it's just because the pools of Pokemon are smaller. I also noticed that if you run from like an exclamation point spot in the grass and that one keeps popping up, it's always the same Pokemon. I discovered that. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay. I discovered that. Or maybe, okay, so somebody could be like, Thatch, you're wrong. But I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but I had the same exclamation point in the grass when searching for Ice-Q, and I found a Vanillish in the exact same spot 7 times in a row. So it could just be probability. But
I mean, the Vanillish is probably super common on that route.
Maybe. I mean, that could be what happened, but I didn't get the Ice-Q until I left that spot finally, and I went to a different exclamation point. So I don't know. It was really nice though, because like it didn't feel like it took that long, but it felt like a hunt. You know what I mean? It was better than sitting there trying to like 1% Delmise in Sun and Moon.
God.
So it felt better than that.
And that was fishing too. That was stupid.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me about it. So I thought it felt better. I mean, they did some good things in this game. I think they did some good. I definitely think they did some odd choices. They made some very odd decisions, in my opinion, but we can talk about those another day. Lots of odd decisions, but I will say they took creative liberties. But I like that. I like the catching. The catching feels so much better than it did in previous games for so many reasons. One, there's like the overworld like trade evolution Pokemon that are around.
Yeah,
I can catch like full 3-stage lines of things, which I couldn't do before. I had to actually evolve things like Seismitoad. I couldn't just go catch a Seismitoad.
Like, oh cool, a Gardevoir. Oh cool, a Gallade. Oh
yeah,
nice. Weavile.
Yeah,
my goodness.
I think that's just so nice.
Not to use the Razor Claw and evolving a Sneasel.
I think these have all been like very positive changes, like in that sense, especially for quality of life, just for a Pokemon game. I think they've just made a lot of good changes in like the feel of completion. So good on them. Good job, guys. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. So on that note, though, we do have some news to talk about. Like, I was very surprised because we are recording early because of the holiday weekend upcoming. This is always a show that's really odd because we do this every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So we are recording early, and I'm like, oh, we're probably not going to have any news. But I was wrong. We got a surprise trailer, and let's go talk about it in the news. So let's cue that epic music.
Live from the Lavender Town Radio Tower. This just in.
And welcome to the news. In the news, we've got a few things to talk about. First of all, there was a new trailer that revealed to us the final starter evolutions in Pokemon Sword and Shield.
I had not seen them before this moment. Yes, never.
My favorite comment on like the Twitter post when I saw the trailer today was I didn't think that they would reveal that. I didn't think when I said they would reveal the starters, the final starter evolutions, that it would be 2 weeks after the game came out.
My favorite is apparently Joe Merrick was getting hate for announcing this trailer came out and showing the starter evolutions because they're spoilers.
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
It's okay. We have official artwork of Thwacky now. That
We do have official. We're finally like slowly getting the Sugimori art for all the things that we didn't get Sugimori art for. And the Sugimori art's actually pretty cool for the starters. I'm okay with it. And I don't think it's actually Sugimori art anymore, but it's done in his style. It's done in his style. We have official Pokemon art for them now. And the other thing they announced in this trailer is Gigantamax Snorlax, which is also really cool. And so Gigantamax Snorlax is not currently available in Sword and Shield. The only way to get it now is that they're going to be running Gigantamax Snorlax raids in the wild area from December 4th until January 2020 through special, or did they give us a January 5th?
They clarified it's till January 5th.
Okay,
yes.
Good. And so we have a month of Gigantamax Snorlax that you can go and get him. And he looks different. He gets a special move called Gmax Replenish, which restores a used berry for both it and its partner. Yay. So it's got recycle.
So the good news is we don't have Custap Bear yet.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Could you imagine Double Edge or something coming off of this thing as a priority move?
Well, it wouldn't be Double Edge. It would be
self-destruct.
It'd probably still be Gmax Replenish.
Yeah. Gmax Replenish, but with like 20 more power.
Yes.
And priority.
Yeah. Yes, that's about it. So welcome to the game. Welcome to the game, guys. So yes, it is until January 5th. You can go get this special Snorlax. And that's pretty much all the trailer revealed. And I'm pretty sure, Sigma is mentioning this to me that they just revealed it because they had to reveal the new Vmax cards today worldwide, for the Pokemon TCG. And I'm going to let you guys, because you both have been playing the TCG far more than I have, explain these VMAX cards, or these V cards, which are poorly named in my opinion, because they do not have their pulse on modern society.
No, they do not. I agree. So, I mean, they basically replaced GX. We've pretty much got confirmation that's true now. Like, it's an alternate fancy art. They've got gigantic HP. You take 2 prizes when you knock them out. The only difference from a GX is that they don't have a GX attack, as we've kind of seen. So that's just the V. Yeah. So all of our GX specific cards, unless there's an errata, will not be usable on these things. So all those Cherish Balls that were just printed in the most recent set, before, they're useless now. They're garbage unless you're playing alongside GXs and V. So good luck finding any Pokemon you need at any point. But V Max, so far we've seen 2. Is that right, Sigma?
3. Because 3 Meowth as well.
Yeah. There's just Gigantamax Pokemon.
There's a Meowth.
Yeah. They're just Gigantamaxes, and it's got Snorlax VMAX, which is just Gigantamax Snorlax. It does lots of damage for how many things you have on your bench, and big Lapras that does more damage for each water energy attached to it. And they're evolutions. They count as evolutions to the Pokemon before it. So
they're essentially Megas.
They're essentially Megas. Yeah, they function the same way as Megas did. They have a Gigantamax tag. So
they're just better than Megas, though?
They're better because they don't end your turn.
Yeah, I think that's the real thing. Also, I like 340 HP. Like I think that's a very low number. They're very conservative there.
Very conservative, but I mean they do give up 3 prizes. Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But I feel like tag team mons were like lower than 340 HP. They were, but these don't do as much damage. They don't have nearly as much of a high cap on them. The Gmax Fall of Snorlax can do 360, but that's only if you've got a full bench and if you power it up. But you can do that through triple acceleration because it's a evolution. Mm-hmm. Meowth can do 200 damage and draw 3 cards. Whoop-de-diddly. Lapras does 90 plus 30 for each water energy, so the attack cost itself just does 180. So it's not that impressive. I'm okay with that. I thought tag team, I was really excited. So I played TCG up until about Ultra Prism when that set dropped, because I think the last big deck I made was I made a fun metal deck when metal got real good for like half a month. And
yeah.
So I remember that was when I dropped out. So that was, I guess, about 2 years ago, 2017. And so I remember being very excited though, because I played at the end of X and Y and the beginning of Sun and Moon. I remember at the beginning of Sun and Moon being very excited because the game was slowing down because we went from EXs to GXs. Which were more traditional EXs from back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, because they required evolution and
Exactly. And I thought that was very good. And I thought that was very well done. And then I got really disappointed when tag teams came out because I was like, maybe I want to play the game again after like being out for a year. And then tag teams came out and I'm like, oh, so it's just EXs again. Mm-hmm. And then I was just like, I'm kind of done.
I don't know if I blame tag teams for that or Wilder for that.
Probably a little bit of both.
Egregious.
Probably a little bit of both.
Pretty egregious.
Yeah, probably a little bit of both. And I also don't know. I feel like dirty playing the TCG now, knowing that there's a Tapu Koko Vmax V card, and he's not in the game.
Yeah,
and it makes me sad. I think everybody else in this list is on the game, but I'm pretty sure that's because we only have like half the number of cards.
Regirock.
We only have half.
Oh, Regirock as well.
Yeah.
And those are part of like a deck box series in Japan.
A starter deck thing. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they had 5 types, and they needed a fighting Pokemon and an electric Pokemon, and they chose Tapu Koko and Regirock for some
interesting
reason.
choices.
It's a gateway drug. You're already really familiar with Tapu Koko already because he's really good right now, so you're familiar with him now, so you'll keep going into Sword and Shield.
Regirock is just kind of a Pokemon that exists that they chose to put there.
It's for the classic players.
Yeah, Regirock's always been like a kind of like a staple-ish kind of Pokemon, like never like super top tier, but it's been there.
You'll think to yourself, oh yeah, Omega Barrier's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think about. So
there's also Metal Patch now, Thatch, so you might be able to make that metal deck work again.
Probably won't, because I probably won't play the game. Like it's a dark place to play that TCG. I applaud you guys for doing it, but man,
I play Dark Box, so it's appropriate.
But man, my wallet cannot take that hit again. My wallet cannot take that hit, so I'm out of the TCG. I'm tapping out.
Yep.
Maybe one day, if like I have a child and my child wants to play the TCG, like that's when I'll get back in and I'll be like, let's go. I'm in. Mm-hmm. But that's still like 8 years away probably for my child to be able to comprehend Pokemon cards. So we're good. So we're good. We're having a good time. Mm-hmm. So that's I think those are the biggest news stories. There's a couple of different things to talk about as well. I think the biggest one that we need to talk about very, very briefly is Pokemon Masters has an update where they're bringing in new trainers, but for the holiday season because we brought in outfits. Rosa is getting a new outfit, and also everybody's favorite water trainer, Seabolt.
Yes.
With Octillery, the Christmas Pokemon.
It's as Christmas comes.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Oh my gosh. I don't understand. I don't understand at all.
Seabold is the perfect picture of popular Pokemon trainers.
If you have a picture of a trainer in your head who you think is Seabold, you're wrong.
Nobody knows
it's a better
Seabold.
choice than Wickstrom, right?
That's true. That is
Wickstrom and Seabold are the same person.
Just older.
They're literally they're from the same thing, and that nobody realizes because X and Y was really bad at fleshing out any of its character stories, any of them. Like, who's Ramos, guys? Who's Ramos?
Right. Oh well.
But that is going on. Also, a couple other fun events. One, if you want to collect a Munna that is owned by Fennel as the original trainer, because Global Link has lasted 9 years at this point. This is the 9th anniversary. Fennel's Munna from Pokemon Black and White can be downloaded on Pokemon Sun, Moon, and Ultra Sun and Moon as an event in a Dream Ball, which is really cool. So they brought Dream Ball back in Sword and Shield for those of you who don't know. And I'm very upset that like this is a cool Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon event, which is really fun that they're kind of supporting the game a little bit still. And because Global Link goes down later, we can talk about that in a minute. But they gave it in a Dream Ball, which is something that you can use in Sword and Shield. And Munna's one of the Pokemon in Sword and Shield, so it doesn't feel as special. If honestly they would have distributed like a Pokemon that's not in Sword and Shield in the Dream Ball, I think I'd be more like, oh, I gotta boot up my 3DS. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a farewell kiss to Global Link because you required that to get to it anyway.
Yeah, Global Link is going to be out of commission for those of you who are unaware, starting February 24th, 2020. So goodbye, Global Link. We'll miss you. Well, I don't know if we will miss you, actually.
We won't, though.
I mean, it's kind of convenient signing up for tournaments on the Switch now.
It's much better than... I don't understand why I had to be on the Global Link to begin with.
The lack of leaderboards kind of stinks, but whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get that eventually, whenever Home comes to us.
Home's supposed to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Home, the most ambiguous title we've ever been told about.
That's not true. We know less about Pokemon Sleep than we do.
That is true.
I think we know proportionally less about Pokemon Home than we know about the content of Pokemon Sleep.
I forgot about Pokemon Sleep, and now I'm excited again. You gave me something to be hyped for again, Sigma. Thank you.
Why are you hyped for that? It's
Because I like sleeping.
You're going to have to buy your Pokemon Plus, which is not a joke.
I will, though.
And you're going to have to use that, just like put it by your bed, and it just senses how well you sleep. And then maybe your Pikachu levels up.
Yep. Maybe I can hook it up to my smart lights and have it turn the lights on for me, playing Pikachu's Cry.
I don't know if it'll hook up to your Alexa, unfortunately.
I'll hope it'll hook up to my phone.
It'll hook up to your phone. I don't know if it'll hook up to your Alexa, though.
That's fine. I'll make it do that. I have ways.
I don't think it's a smart speaker. I think it's literally just like a gyro sensor.
Yeah,
with
probably.
a button.
But
gyro
regardless,
sensor with a button.
I'm excited.
I guess you can be. Sure. If for the obligatory Pokemon Go part of the segment.
It's a way for me to play Pokemon Go without having to interact with people.
I don't know. I don't know if it's Pokemon Go or a separate entity.
I don't know.
You'd think it's the same thing because Go++ has the same name as the Go+, but...
Oh my gosh, stop using the words.
Go++ Ultra New.
Oh my gosh. For Pokemon Go players, if you were raiding Cobalion, well, it's going to be gone. Starting now until December 17th, you can grab Terrakion as your level 5 raid boss. It's going to be there. It's going to be cool.
The good one that isn't Keldeo.
The one that isn't Keldeo. And I heard people were just like, Cobalion wasn't that good, but we need Terrakion because he's going to be like Tyranitar. That's what my Pokemon Go friends were saying. Both to hi Brian and hi to Mark. And
he did it.
Yeah, I did do it. So they were talking about it. And first of all, I do not understand the competitive Pokemon Go culture. I will just flat out say that, like, cause I play Pokemon Go as like I'm in between competitive and casual. I guess that, if that makes sense, because like I'll go play the game, but I'm not going to be like, oh man, I need this Mon with this moveset. But that's just me. I'm a weird person. Also in Pokemon Go, there's a new event that's happening. It's called Friend Fest, and it runs until December 2nd, which is the day after the show comes out. So you have a day.
It's actually the day the show comes out.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Nidoran.
So go do it now. Here, Pokemon like Nidoran will increase in spawns. It has a 50% of a trade cost and 2 special trades per day instead of 1. And an attack boost when raiding with a friend. Go do it. Play your Pokemon Go's. Why is that happening over Thanksgiving?
Because you're going to be with your family and you want to run away.
You're going to make friends during your waits in the Black Friday lines and trade them.
There you go. There it is.
I don't think there's anything I want for Black Friday this year.
Best Buy has the Pokemon Go Pokeball Plus for like $20.
I have comments, but I won't say them here.
I think you posted that, Sigma. I kind of want a second one.
For those of you who need one or want a $20 Mew, there you go.
Or just want a way to walk your Grimmsnarl to work and back.
I was going to say
I do.
So unfortunately for that, this is a complete side note from the news segment, but I tried like walking Pokemon in the Pokeball, and it is depressingly like low rewards.
Yeah.
For that. Like depressingly low rewards. Like the return on walking your Pokemon is not great.
No. You got to leave your Mew in the ball for 8 months.
What?
I just took mine out from the ball when I put it in there while I was playing Let's Go, and I haven't touched Let's Go in about that long. So it leveled up to level 47 because that's the maximum experience you could give me. It caps out at 99,999.
Okay. Yeah, no. That's in Let's Go. Let's Go gives
and I
you
got like 200 Mew candy.
Yeah, but you don't get that stuff in.
So Let's Go gives you better rewards than Sword and Shield does.
But that's 8 months of dedication. Maybe Sword and Shield is that same level.
It is not. But on that note, we are going to go ahead and we're going to kick it on over to Puckle's Poke Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. and welcome to Puckle's Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz your co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. They don't get to use the internet. They just get to be schooled by our not our patrons, but our Discord members. So go to the Discord and leave questions if you want to do it. They're going to be asked 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions today for a possible total of 7 points. The way they get 2 extra points is one of the questions is going to be worth 2 points because it's going to have multiple answers. And then there's also going to be another point that they can get if they don't use their lifeline, which is a hint. They can cash it in for an extra point if they get all of their questions correct without it. So this segment is brought to you by AnimeGravy.com, your one-stop shop for all of your anime needs. Or anime or just nerd stuff, I guess. They've expanded into nerd stuff. And it's really cool. So go check those guys out. AnimeGravy.com. I really love those guys. So if you guys are ready, we will go ahead and just start asking you some questions. You guys are playing for $20 of TeePublic credit, and you're working together as a team to answer these questions to beat your fellow co-host in a race to 30 points. Whoever gets there first gets that $20 of TeePublic credit to buy a phone case for their iPhone 5.
And nothing else.
I think they have iPhone 6 stuff now. I doubt any of us have an iPhone 11 anyway.
Nope.
So if we're ready, let's go on. Our first question is going to be from The Score on Discord. And he wants to know, in either kilograms or pounds, what is the weight of the heaviest Pokemon? And I will tell you that the heaviest Pokemon are tied between Cosmoem and Celesteela. There's a tie between those two.
I thought they maxed out the weight scale with that one with 9,999, but I don't know if that's kilogram, 0.99.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's kilograms or pounds. It's probably pounds, but...
It's kilograms for that.
Okay.
I think. Wait, no.
Yeah, because I knew it was Celesteela.
Yeah, and it's Celesteela Cosmoem because Black Hole, and they just max it out. It's all 9s. All 3 or 4 digits, I think it's 4, are 9. And that's pounds, I guess. So, yeah. I don't know what it is in kilograms.
So what's your final answer?
9,999 pounds. Good, Sigma?
Yeah.
Did you say 9,999 pounds?
Yes.
There might be a 0.99. I don't.
So you're close, kind of. So you're incorrect. I'm going to say that much.
Okay.
So the answer is 999.9 kilograms or 2,204 pounds.
I guess we were thinking kilograms, not pounds. Look at us. We're silly.
Kilograms because that's the native weight in Japan.
Right.
We're them silly Americans.
Yeah.
That are using them pounds. And fun fact, a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. A little bit more, but not much.
Well, dang it. Oh, well.
But good try. You guys had the right train of thought, so I do congratulate you for that. Okay. Our next one is going to be from Merlander. What is the only type to have no Pokemon with a gender difference in their design?
Okay. Not normal. Not psychic. Not poison. Not electric. Not ground. Not grass.
It's not ice, not dark.
Not water, because Gyarados. Not ice, not dark.
Steel?
What are gendered steel types?
I think Dragon has a difference somewhere.
Garchomp.
Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo.
It might be Steel.
That's seeming like the best option at the moment.
Or Ghost?
No, Jellicent.
Okay. Yeah.
Bugs has Scizor. Steel has Scizor.
Oh, okay. So it's not Steel.
Yeah. Its abdomen or thorax is bigger.
Fairy.
Fairy. Let's come back to it. The ones I've got left are Fire, Flying, Rock, Fighting, and Fairy. I feel like there's one for yeah.
Yeah, Chikorita. Or no, not Torchic.
Torchic, yeah. Flying has Unpheasant. Very different. So we've got Rock, Fighting, and Fairy.
Does Medicham have a difference between the two?
I don't believe it does. Not that one, anyway. Does Hitmonchan? No.
There are a lot of male-only fighting types, too.
There are a lot of them. And I feel like does Machamp have a higher head crest or something?
I think female Machamp might have a difference.
Okay, let's look at Fairy again. Thinking of that, because there aren't many of them, really. Nothing in Clefairy, nothing in Clefable, nothing in the Jigglies.
Nothing in the Gardevoirs. Wait, actually, does Routes have a different? No, I don't think it does.
No, they don't have gendered forms other than the final stage.
Mr. Mime? Did Mr. Mimes have gender differences?
One's a miss.
I'm gonna need the answer.
In Sword and Shield, Mr. Mime has 2 genders. It's not male only.
I believe that. But I'm gonna need the answer.
What do you think? Between rock fighting and fairy, I feel like we're missing something in fairy, so I don't think it's that.
Like we are too.
So between fighting and rock.
It would kind of make sense if rock didn't have a difference.
Yeah, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I feel like that's probably safer, so
I think so.
We'll go with rock.
Rock is unfortunately incorrect. The answer is fairy.
Right, okay.
Yep.
Dang it.
Yep. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. At least we narrowed it down. Like,
you did pretty well. You got down to 3. Yeah.
What are the rock and fighting ones?
So I'm looking these up for you. I'm looking them up for you because there has to be a gender difference.
Does we still have a gender differences page?
There is a genders differences page. Pseudo-Wudo for rock.
What?
Okay. Its head branch is different size.
Sure.
Okay. I don't feel bad for not noting that.
No, I don't either.
And then what's the other one? Fighting?
Fighting.
Yeah.
Medicham and Meditite.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Aw, dang it.
Yep.
That's okay. We didn't pick that one.
Oh, well.
Those are the 2. Also, Toxicroak. Toxicroak is well for fighting.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, I guess longer spike or something.
Toxicroak, and what was the other one we're looking at? We're looking at...
Rock and fighting and fairy.
Just making sure there's no other ones that I can give you a good example. I think it's just the only rock is Pseudo-Wudo.
I don't feel bad.
So there you go. That is where you're at right now, guys. So you guys are 0 for 2 right now. So let's see if we can make it up. Question number 3, as always, is the Pokedex entry. So this one is from Prime Rib. Its Pokemon Sword entry reads, its hairs work like muscle fibers. When its hairs unfurl, they latch onto opponents, ensnaring them as tentacles would. Who's that Pokemon? And I'm sure Seth knows.
Seth, you want to just say it?
Grimmsnarl.
Grimmsnarl is correct. So you guys are 1 for 3.
Didn't know I was going to be on the show this week, did ya?
This next one is from P. McKee. This is your bonus point question. So I will ask this one. This one will give you a redemption point. There are 8 answers. You will get a point for every 2 of them you list. If you get all 8, you get bragging rights. But you can get a possible 3 points here then.
Okay.
What are the 8 language options available in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield?
They're back down to 8. Anyways, there's German, Italian, English, Japanese.
That's 2 points.
Spanish, French.
That's 3 points. Yay.
And then I don't know if they still have Chinese split as traditional, and
I believe so. I believe they have Mandarin and Cantonese.
Because I know they made a big deal about that for Sunday.
Yeah, that was what immediately jumped.
And then the other one you are missing is Korean.
Oh, yeah.
But you guys are 4 for 4 again.
Yay. Thank you, Sigma. I was writing and you were saying.
So P. McKee has been preparing a lot of these trivia questions for me to sort them out. And he was going to give me a question here for base stat. However, I wanted to give my own that I know the answer to because I felt it was very relevant to a lot of jokes that we've been having in PUCL lately.
Oh, no.
And so I wanted to know what bug-type Pokemon has the lowest base speed of all bug-type Pokemon.
Oh.
Why didn't we have Shamu on the show?
So our new friend Snom has a base of 20 as he escapes from prison.
As he escapes from prison.
Why is he escaping from prison?
For committing arson. Haven't you read his Twitter account?
No.
Go look it up. Anyway, the answer's Shuckle, right?
Yeah, it should be. I hope.
Should be. At 5. Not Snom, the arsonist.
Shuckle is correct. The next fastest bug-type Pokemon after Shuckle is Silicoon and Cascoon and Pineco, all tied with a base 15.
Ooh, those things are getting places.
Yeah.
They're right there with Pinkerton. They're right there with our new electric terrain setter.
Yep. So there we go. We did something amazing there, guys. We found some new Pokemon, friends. So that gives you guys 5 points, and that does change up the leaderboard. So let me go ahead and change up that leaderboard for us. While I'm typing this in, you guys can check out more PUCL next week for more of this. So everybody's still like stupid close, and that amazes me more than anything. So in first place with 28 points, we have Sublime. In second place with 24 points, we have R Sigma. In third place with 20 points, we have Seth Vilo. In fourth place with 17, we have Basket. In fifth place with 13, we have Linian and Whimsicott tied. In seventh place, we have Scrawn with 9. In eighth place, we have Shamu with 8. And bringing up the rear, we have Jushiro with 5. And that's it for Puckle's Poke Quiz. And we're going to take a short break and jump right back at you with the topic. And we would like to thank our listeners for reviewing us on whatever platform they listen to us on. I especially love CastBox because I did not realize that you could reply to reviews. And so today we have a combo review from 86 Mangoes and Esther Lopez. 86 Mangoes starts by going, Puckle is one of the best things that keeps me from dying of boredom on the bus. I love the layout of each episode and the idea of Poke Quiz. Thanks, y'all. Sorry, I'm Texan. So much for making my bus rides great and for forming such a great community of people around you. Well, thanks for that. And then on top of that, Esther Lopez comments, when I'm on the Metro, I also listen to it. So thank you to you as well. I'm glad you guys enjoy the show. And if you want your review list talked about on the podcast, just go ahead. Review us on whatever platform you listen to us on. I guarantee you we're watching and listening. So I will kick you guys on over to the topic. And welcome to the topic. Our topic today is going to be Pokemon Sword and Shield Max Raid Battles. Which kind of reminds me of Mad Max a little bit. But Max Raid Battles, because we Dynamax and Gigantamax. Two new... Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how Pokemon, I think, wants me to feel about these games. Is go,
Adrenaline pump.
Adrenaline. So, these are probably hands down my favorite part of this game for several reasons. And we talked a lot about this pre-show. So, just like general good, happy things about raids. One, I think they are really fun to play with your friends. I think it's a really good time to spend with your friends, just running around each of your respective wild areas and finding a different raid and being like, hey, I found this. And like your friends jump in, you play, you have a good time.
Hey, golden 5-star Octillery. And
yeah.
Even though it's an Octillery, people still want in because it's a 5-star golden one. And that gives you some nice prizes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so like you get really cool TRs, which I think are handled very well, by the way. Yeah. I really like those versus TMs. I do think that TMs, to an extent, I think they made them poopy, which really is really upsetting because like they still have the 100 TMs, but they're just like, we want to take all the good moves that were TMs and turn them into TRs.
Except for like Volt Switch, U-Turn, and Rock Slide.
Yes, that's the answer.
And I guess Mystical Fire too.
Mystical Fire. Yes. But I mean, it was really cool because they did essentially turn 200 moves into like TRs and TMs. And that in itself is awesome.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And I really like that they're not reusable in the way that, because like Earthquake, sure, when you get that, you can just like wipe the game. And I think it made it really good to make it semi-difficult to obtain something like Earthquake again. Because I think that was one of my major complaints. Like, I feel like where you find Earthquake gauges the difficulty of a Pokemon game to an extent.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
In the post game, I believe.
Yeah, well, so in Sun and Moon, it wasn't until the post game. In X and Y, it was after the 8th badge, but before the Elite Four.
Mm.
I think in Red and Blue, it was like after the 5th badge.
I do remember it being early.
It was very early.
Gave you Fissure.
Mm-hmm.
He might have given you Earthquake in later games, like
I think he might have in Leaf Green and Fire Red. Leaf Green and Fire Red, I think, are also probably the superior versions of Red and Blue. We've had like 5 remakes at this point, but I honestly think Leaf Green and Fire Red are probably the superior versions.
They are good versions. It's sad that they're trapped like on the Game Boy Advance.
I'm sad a lot of things are trapped on the Game Boy Advance. I'm going to be completely honest.
I'd love to see those get ported to the Switch, but that's another topic.
Yes. I really think Game Boy Advance has a lot of killer games.
Sonic Battle.
No. No. But it's I mean, I really like the way they're handling raids though. I think they're really fun. They're my favorite part. And I just want to go over some like cool do's and don'ts, cool tips and tricks, and things to do while playing. I don't want to talk about things that people may have heard of, like red beam problems, because
that'll probably be patched out at some point.
I assume it's going to be patched out, and that'll kill the longevity here. I also think to an extent, it ruins the fun of just like going out and being with your friends and raiding.
Yeah, but there's a different fun that brings.
I do agree with that. I think the farming fun is a completely different fun.
Mm-hmm.
I just, and like, because I completely understand, especially from like, I mod consoles for fun, right? So like, I completely understand like pushing hardware to its limits and pushing software to its limits to find the loopholes. Like, I completely understand that, but I do think that there's a difference. I don't know. I don't want to sit there for hours just grinding. And
I mean, perhaps it would have helped if the game didn't save at the rate that you had the text speed on.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe that would have solved some problems, but
yes,
whatever.
They did a thing. So it does fix a lot of stuff though. But I do want to talk about like general strategy, general etiquette. Etiquette might be the word to an extent. I mean, there is an etiquette to be had with raid battles. I don't think this has been a particular problem, but like there's some small etiquette you should do. I don't know, I think it's a lot of fun to jump in to places like the PUCL Discord where you can just jump into raids and stuff like that, whether it be in general raids or like go grab a raiding party and jump in like one of the more private rooms where it's just you and a few people running around finding stuff. We also do have just the text channel, which is also a great resource for that if you don't have friends online or in real life to play with. I have both, which has actually been a pleasant experience because it is a different dynamic with both groups.
Yeah.
And that's probably because my real life friends are more casually oriented than you guys are. And so, I mean, I don't want to say it, but it's only because like I'm very early in the game. I think I have more fun with the casual friends, but that's just my personal way of enjoying the game. And unlike TPCI, I'm all about player choice and choosing how to play the game.
Yeah.
One day we'll talk about this.
Oh my.
But I really had a lot of fun doing that because like the first time I did like a real raid night was with my real life friends. Like I jumped in the PUCL Discord, we all jumped into a private group like that, and we were having a really good time just running around and catching whatever Pokemon we could find. I do remember being I was farther ahead in the game than they were because I had to get to a certain spot so Sigma and I could do our review episode. So like I was definitely farther ahead than my friends were. I also had the game earlier than them because I got the Japanese version. So I was like a day and a half ahead of everybody else. So I was just running around having a good time. So like I was running around, I'd be like, hey guys, I've got this 4-star Drampa. And they'd be like, what? Ryan was there and he didn't even know what a Drampa was because he didn't play Sun and Moon. And so,
to be fair, you probably missed it if you did play.
Even if you played Sun and Moon, you probably didn't know what it was.
It was a version exclusive, like on the last route of the game, and it was a rare encounter. You weren't finding it. Let's be honest.
So, I mean, we did it. People were just like super excited to play and catch it and stuff like that. I remember that being a real big deal. And I mean, I really enjoyed that. And it's to the point where we try to get together and raid now. Like we're trying to like make it a regular thing. So that's always the best. When you can have fun like that. And I mean, even like, for example, my wife, she like, you guys know that my wife hasn't been like around in PUCL very often, but she's like super excited. She's like asking me to like come downstairs to like get on Discord so she could be with you guys and play. No joke. Like that's what's happening. So I think it's a good thing for Pokemon overall because I've said it before and I'll say it a million times over. Like raiding and cooperative Pokemon is something that it's been missing. And I hope that Pokemon takes this one thing that it did right and keep doing it. Because this is a big win in my book. Like this is something that I'm willing to give up something like DexNav or something for. Like you killed DexNav, but you gave me this and I'm okay with that. I call this equivalent exchange. Well, actually I want more than equivalent exchange. Let's be honest. This is like slightly better exchange. And I still got baby DexNav anyway. Baby DexNav. So I thought it was handled well, but I guess I'll let you guys talk a little bit more and about your raiding experiences and things that because you guys have done way more raids than I have. I know the two of you have. And I want your like experiences and what you've done and what things you've noticed that people do and things that you think shouldn't be done when raiding. Cause I know Sigma's got as always, like way more specifics than I do.
Yeah. We've been raiding since before I got like a badge.
Yes.
So lots of raiding before I got a badge. I don't think I got a badge until like 11 hours in.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I wasn't quite that much, but I've been loving it. I'm kind of like you where I was worried about the whole TR thing and oh gosh, I'm going to have to do 100 raids in order to get the TRs, which yes, is true, but they made raiding enough of a thing by itself that I don't mind doing the raids to get those TRs that they're giving out that way.
It's a rare thing called an enjoyable grind. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's an enjoyable grind.
And I get a little bit of everything that I need. I get experience candy, I get berries, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you start zeroing out all of your Pokemon's EVs in order to actually properly train them post-game, then you need a lot of those berries sometimes. And now that they've made it so you can have good competitive Pokemon from anywhere, you need the berries more. Instead of just breeding a whole new one, you can take one that you catch or even, like I said, played through. I've got my Dragapult that I played the game through with, once Sigma granted me the opportunity to join it on a raid, of course. I've got that now fully EV trained, and it's the one that I did the game with. I've got a Corsola done. I'm working on Grimmsnarl. I needed to zero out those EVs, and I just happened, from all the raids that I've been doing with all these guys and everybody in the PUCL Discord stuff, I've got all the berries already, and I've got all the TRs that I need already. I love it. And the experience candy, too, to get you up to 100 to let you bottle cap things. And now I'm starting to figure out kind of the mechanics a little bit more, and the meta, if you will, of raiding. Like, don't bring things that are Seth-type things that stall.
Yeah, don't bring Seth.
Don't bring me, because it's not going to work. Don't status the Dynamax thing, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You're flip a coin on if shields will be up at that time, and if they are, you just wasted a turn. Congratulations. Everyone hates you. It's great.
I will say shields are the worst. I wish shields were like slightly different, because I think they're just a little meh.
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with them because they make it slightly less all on one person. And, you know, if you're going in with your friends to do something and you're miles ahead of them, it still kind of puts you on a level-ish playing field.
Yeah, it stops you from one-shotting. It makes other people important, unlike Solrock.
Yeah, the Solrock.
NPC Solrock.
The NPCs are not great. You should go find 3 friends.
Some of the NPCs are fine. Not that Solrock.
I don't like that it's random. It makes me really sad. Solrock isn't great. Wobbuffet's not too great.
Yeah, the Magikarp is one of the better friends.
Which is bad. That's bad.
Cosmic Power, Rock Polish,
Eevee's okay, but sometimes it just decides it wants to helping hand the entire time and do nothing else.
Hey, sometimes that's awkward. Cool. If you pull off the through shield knockout,
that feels good.
You've got some great energy.
Yeah, I suppose we could start where raids start, where when you first get to the wild area, you're only finding level 1 raids, and you're probably only seeing them in your YCOM unless you have friends online doing higher raids, which you can join in, by the way.
Yeah, you can join in 5-star even if you don't have access to them.
Yeah, they'll just lower the Pokemon down to your level ceiling. So if you do a 5-star raid, you'll get a level 20 of whatever Pokemon that is instead of whatever level it's supposed to be.
Yeah, for example, and that doesn't ruin it for everybody else either. So for example, when back to that Drampa raid that I did with Ryan and my wife and a few other friends, the big thing that we noticed was they all caught it at like level 20 or level 25, and I caught it at like level 45.
Sounds about right.
So
it sounds like it's about a 3-star or 4-star raid.
It was a 4-star. It was a 4.
Okay. Yeah, because
they couldn't handle a 5. They couldn't handle a 5.
Yeah.
I couldn't carry them that well.
Every 2 gym badges you collect, you unlock another star. And once you unlock 4-star battles, then you lose 1-star battles, because there can only be 3 tiers of battles in the field at once, or being summoned at once.
That's confusing.
A little bit. But like, once you get all 8 badges, you're only finding 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star raids. You're never finding 1 or 2-star again.
Yes.
That's the best way of saying it. And also, once you clear all of the raids that are on the map for you, they respawn with 1 purple beam in each one.
1 purple beam? Yeah. Okay, so purple beams, by the way, for those of you who are uninitiated, are the good ones?
Kind of.
Kind of. Explain the kind of, because you have better details than I have.
Yeah. You can check it out on Cerebi, but each little node on the map that's a den contains 2 different den points to it.
Yes.
1 common pool and 1 rare pool. And the rare pool is where you find your Gigamax or your Gigantamaxes that aren't from events. So not your Corviknights or Butterfrees or whatnot, but the real Gigantamaxes in the game. But those are super low encounters unless they're like Kingler or Beetle or I think Butterfree as well.
Mm-hmm.
But beside the point. But yeah, those are where you find more rare Pokemon, and you only get one per spawning, unless you throw wishing stones into dens, which can force spawns.
Okay.
And each den also has like a preferred type to it, with a couple exceptions. But so if you put a if you find a Bisharp in a den, it's probably either a steel den or a dark den, and the TRs you get from it usually reflect what type of den it is as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the island in the middle of the lake, for instance,
That's a dragon
full of dragons. So
you get your Applins there, you get your Komoos there, your Hydreigons probably are there, Drapies, lots of dragons there. Axews. It's only Axew's Eye.
Only Axews. Axew on Axew's Eye. Come here.
But
yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. I appreciate the way that the raids are done.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out, because like Ditto Den, there's one den that can spawn Ditto, and it's only a rare spawn. It's only in the rare pool. So that's how that works. If you find it on the map and are lucky enough to get into those Ditto raids. Though people are forcing it with the glitch going on right now.
Yeah.
So
well, the glitch, I'm hoping the glitch gets patched. Just to, honestly, just for peace of mind.
Yeah, I assume it's going to get patched. It's the big issue is like one of the first videos that came out explaining it told people that they had to be online to do it. So people kept joining into raids and they would be canceled.
Oh no.
When you could also do the glitch offline and not ruin people's lives. Playtime like that. So that was unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. So sad.
But yeah, it's always fun to go look at your rare beam. The rare beam also always gives like better candy as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you're
true.
always getting maxed out candy.
I honestly just like the resources. The resources are so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even care. I don't honestly know if I'm ever going to need as many resources, but I like having them.
Oh,
you see,
I'm
think
out
that,
of candy.
And then I level up a couple Pokemon, and then I'm back down to like
that's true.
Your candy, and it's like, oh no, I need to go raid again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time though. Like, I really like it. I mean, like I said, it's just really fun being able to like sit in a group of friends and be like, hey, I got this one. And then you go and do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy that.
For level 5 raids, I guess a good idea is to keep your level probably around 60 or so.
Yeah.
Like 50 is probably okay. 60 you're probably good. And sometimes 70 is nice to be at, but
yeah. I mean, above that, you kind of just start crushing things, I think.
You kind of just take advantage of them at that point.
Like, I think raids are fun, but I definitely think the challenge portion of it could use just like a little bit of work.
I feel like we could have 6-star raids. I think that's something they could have considered.
Tier 6?
Like just level 100.
Or something like that?
Yeah, the enemies level 100. They're a lot scarier.
I would have been okay with just like a better AI.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, just a better AI that goes, I know which mons are the scariest for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know how to take them out. And then that happens. And then you're forced to bring things like a light screen user or a reflect user, something like that. I wish we had encounters where we were forced to plan our raid groups out better. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the only thing. But that's the only issue I think I have with any of this.
There are a few of those out there.
There are a couple.
Obstagoon is a big one we came up on like in the first weekend, where it would obstruct and it starts with a shield bar.
Mm-hmm.
So Linian tried to solo it and got one shield bar off of it and then nothing.
Oh,
because it obstructed every turn.
Well, I mean, I was trying to solo a Galvantula today, 5-star Galvantula, and it was pretty rough because all of its moves were spread moves.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And that was probably the worst thing I've dealt with. I mean, I lost to it pretty bad.
That's usually the thing that stops you from soloing a raid, is that there's spread damage that just destroys your partner team. That
was the worst, I think, because we were just getting like wrecked.
Yeah. Like Pokemon Sword has it rough right now because both Dreadnought and Sandaconda are the event raids, and they both have spread damage like Earthquake and Rock Slide.
Oof.
And it gets really rough to solo those. Whenever you have a 5-star, it's like, okay, I've got a 5-star of this I have to take down.
You have to go find friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
That's when you log on the PUCL Discord and you see Thatch, Sigma, and Seth sitting in the chat. And you go, help us, boys.
Yeah, Dreadnought is one of those ones that usually requires 3 just because of how nasty it is with rock slides and flinching other people. And maybe it has Swift Swim, so it's faster than you because it chooses to Well, actually, it can't make it rain, so that's a benefit. But
That's the only benefit.
it can be found in dens where it's raining in nature, and it's like, oh no.
Oh, no.
Swim.
No.
Yeah, that's rough. Corviknight and Centiskorch aren't nearly as bad.
No, they're not.
Butterfree's rough, too, because it has sleep powder.
The only thing is for Gigantamax, the catch rates are like stupid low, which I find really upsetting.
I feel they're a little better on the event raids compared to...
The event rates are definitely better.
If you find them in the wild, your chances of catching them are super duper low, unless you're the one hosting it. If you're the one hosting like a standard raid that's not event, the catch rate seems to be 100%, which is super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm into it.
That's a very good thing.
There are also some Pokemon you can completely cheese. Like, we found a 5-star Toxtricity raid, and it crushed us the first time. We went back in with, like, all Runerigases, and it only had normal and electric moves, so it couldn't touch us. That was great.
That is great. Oh.
I saw a video on YouTube today of a Shedinja raid.
Yay.
I've heard about that.
It starts with 7 shields.
What?
It's a Shedinja.
That's so many shields.
But damage goes through shields slightly, and it still has 1 hit point.
Oh no, so it's the easiest raid ever.
It's the easiest raid ever. 1 attack knocks it out instantly.
Yeah, I want to say that one's a rare encounter on a rare beam. So it's
fun.
You have to be super lucky to find that.
But you see it, and you see the 7 or 8 shields pop up, and you're like, oh gosh, no, this is going to take forever.
Oh god.
Yeah. I guess we could talk about the legendaries in terms of rating as well.
Yeah.
Zacian, Zamazenta, and Eternus are all like built for it.
They are.
They're super great for raids that aren't ground type.
Yeah, these are all true.
They'll usually bust through the shield beam relatively well with their high damage because they all have stab moves that do double damage to Dynamax Pokemon. So they're essentially working with a 300 power move.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, but the drawback is they can't Dynamax. And when it comes to 5-star raids, breaking shields are important. So if you're not KOing through the shield, you can't have a team of only those Pokemon.
Particularly if you're soloing it by yourself and don't have other people support, because the NPCs will not Dynamax. They will not take the opportunity. Only you can in a only one player situation. So if you bring Eternatus to that, nothing's Dynamaxing. End of story.
If the Pokemon has like a 3 shield bar, you're probably okay. But if it has a 5 shield bar, those are worse. Because you really want to be doing the 2 shield bar damages with the Dynamax Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Oh, it's a nasty time out there, but it's fun. I would suggest doing it. Go raid today. Go make friends.
Find a local wild area near you.
I like it better than Pokemon Go raids.
I agree. I feel like there's more thinking than just tapping.
That's probably true. Like Pokemon Go raids are just dog piles that like it's required to. Do you have enough people to dog pile?
Yeah.
At least from like the semi-casual stance.
Can you outpace the one guy 30 feet away golden raspberrying every time that you leave?
Yeah. And then there's this is much better. I like this better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like this better. So on that note, I think we're good, right?
I was going to say, I do hope if we get Diamond and Pearl remakes that they add this to the game.
I hope they add this. I hope this is a permanent like fixture in Pokemon, but knowing how they like to remove things
in some form.
Yeah.
I hope they keep in some form this idea. You like maybe a totem Pokemon instead of a Dynamax Pokemon, or maybe just a bunch of
you know what?
something.
That'd be good. I'd like that. Dude, could you imagine Dynamax Pokemon that are not, but like raid battles that are totems, but like same stats as like so you have a Dynamax Pokemon, but it can call like a partner to help out.
Oh, that would be great.
Like this mechanic isn't necessarily. I just wish there was more like you could do with it.
That would be I think that would be the bit how you add depth to it, though.
Yeah,
I think you treat it like a totem like that, where it can call for help. And I think that would be great. I think you add those mechanics together and you have like a really winning combination.
Yeah. Then you don't lock it to Dynamax.
But because it's something we want, it's something we'll never get.
That's okay. It's still waves better than the Battle Royale was.
It is way better than the Battle Royale was. Way better.
They tried to hype that, and no. That was a short.
I'm just hoping, because it seems like such a fixture in this game compared to that, that this stays this way.
I'm going to hope that they know.
Now that you said Battle Royale, all I'm thinking is, oh man, it's just something you run into the game and they just say, yeah, this is here right now. And then it's gone. And it makes me sad, and I don't want to see that happen.
Yeah, like Diamond and Pearl have the whole post-game area that really you could remove from the game and you'll be
You could just make that a wild area, honestly.
Exactly. That's a perfect spot for it.
I'd be into it.
So hopefully if that's what they end up doing, that's the direction.
I hope so. And on that note, I think this is a good place to stop. We got more things to talk about. We're going to take a short break here, and you're going to hear Seth's lovely voice again. Talk to you about some noodles.
Yay.
And I believe in the noodles.
They're great. You'll hear me gush about them. They're great.
And on that note, though, we're gonna kick it on over to the Pokemon of the episode. So we will catch you guys on the flip flop.
Hey guys, Seth Vilo cutting in to tell you about something awesome that I've been absolutely loving. Vite Ramen. If you guys know me, you know I have a borderline noodle addiction, and part of that love has always been a guilty pleasure for ramen. Well, Vite Ramen is ramen, but get this, it's actually good for you. You heard me right. The guys at Vite Ramen have spent years making ramen that's nutritionally complete, and I absolutely adore it. Each bowl has 30 grams of protein, which is more than your average protein shake, 7 grams of fiber, all 27 key vitamins and minerals that you need, and most importantly, tons of awesome flavor. Oh yeah, and did I mention it still only takes 4 minutes to prepare? It's basically still instant ramen. You can head over to viteramen.com and pick up soy sauce chicken, garlic pork, and my favorite, vegan miso flavors, as well as handy utensils and other such stuff. And here is the coolest part. At checkout, enter code PUCL, and you'll get 10% off your entire order. That's PUCL, all caps, for a whopping 10% off. Anyway, I gotta get back to rating, and you've got a show to finish. Catch you guys on the flip-flop.
Episode.
And welcome to the Pokemon of the episode. Our Pokemon of the episode this week is National Dex number 882, Draco Fish, the fossil Pokemon.
Its Pokemon Shield entry states, its mighty legs are capable of running at speeds exceeding 40 miles an hour. But this Pokemon can't breathe unless it's underwater.
These Pokemon are monstrosities. These fossil Pokemon.
I love them.
They were never meant to exist.
They're just like really poor creations. Like it feels immoral. It just feels like acts defying God.
Did you pick up on the name of the scientist who resurrects them?
No.
Carry less?
Oh no.
Careless.
Oh no. These poor creatures. These poor creatures. Oh my God. I feel so bad for them.
I love them.
They're all suffering.
Arctivish's head is upside down.
They're all suffering. They're all suffering. Okay, so Draco Fish apparently is just like the best Pokemon that ever existed. So first of all, it's a fossil Pokemon. Next of all, it's a water dragon Pokemon. And so there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
This is so the most unlikely candidate for probably what would be like best Pokemon in the meta. I don't want to call it best Pokemon in the meta because this meta is very unstable right now, like stupid unstable. Because the difference between us recording this right now on a Wednesday and you listening to this on a Monday, we could just change the world. Like absolutely change the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dynamax might be banned or something. Granted, I think the team we have today with Draco Fish on it probably can survive Dynamax if you just swap out like one member.
Maybe.
I think so. There's the member that you'd swap it out for would probably also be banned, but whatevs.
Whatever.
So Draco Fish, Water Dragon, means he doesn't have that many weaknesses, just Dragon and Fairy. So like that's good. It's a decent typing. He only has 3 resistances though, and then everything else hits him for normal. He has a base 75 speed, which is meh. Base 90 attack, which you're just like, meh. Thatch, we'll get to the good part. And the answer is literally just in his signature move, Vicious Rend. Which is 100% the only reason to, like, care. So Vicious Rend is a water-type move. Draco Fish's signature move. It's a base 85 damage. However, if it goes first, it doubles the attack. So that's base 170. Gets stabbed, so that's another 1.5. If you put it in the rain, which we have a way to put it in the rain very easily, you get another 1.5. And then other reasons.
What's its ability, Thatch?
Oh my gosh, it's Strong Jaw. And then another 1.5 from Strong Jaw. It's disgusting.
Because Vicious Rend is boosted by Strong Jaw.
This is all very scary. And that's a lot of attack from like one little guy.
If you do the math, it gets up to 573 base power in the rain.
It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. So the team that we've got for you today, that may or may not be relevant in a week, is Draco Fish with the choice band, because you know what's even better? Even more on that. So choice band with Strong Jaw, 4 HP, 252 attack, 252 speed, adamant nature, because we just got to max that attack out. It's base 75 speed anyway, so meh. Vicious Rend, you can run Psychic Fangs, Crunch, and Ice Fang, but who cares? Just run Vicious Rend. Like, who cares, right? Like, I don't care how much damage. I don't care what the weakness is. As long as it's not like Jellicent with Water Absorb, I don't care.
That's the only reason you would click anything other than
Vicious
Rend.
It's like, oh, hey, here's Jellicent with Water Absorb. Because like I think you can Oko like Ferrothorn and Toxapex with this.
You can two-shot it without rain.
Yeah, that's disgusting. And so speaking of rain, Pelipper at least made it into the game, so he's doing all right. Pelipper, Damp Rock, Drizzle, 248 HP, 252 defense, 8 special defense, Bold Nature. Just make him a bulky boy with Scald, Roost, U-Turn, and Hurricane. Just make him a bulky boy. He does not have to fog yet, which is sad.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a post home. I don't want to call it post home because it sounds like it makes it sound like a much more like a apocalyptic day than post bank. Like I miss post bank. I like that terminology better than post home.
You know, that scary time when the parting shot and Incineroar come upon the world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just going to come around anyway, regardless.
Yeah.
It's an egg move. But anyway, I'm convinced that movesets will reset, but that's neither here nor there.
What do you mean? I don't think so. I don't think that'll be true.
I don't know. We'll get there. Anyway.
Sigma, take the next two.
Okay, next up, we got one of my favorite new Pokemon to use on teams, is Barraskewda with the Choice Band. It has the Swift Swim ability, 4 HP, max attack, max speed, adamant nature. You have Liquidation, Close Combat, Psychic Fangs, and Crunch, because this fish has coverage.
What is this move pool? What is this move pool? Like,
I don't know why they gave it all of these moves. Maybe they felt they needed to make something stronger than the, stronger in coverage than the Swampert.
Like, okay, so I was legit like, oh yeah, they got rid of Lando. I understand, because you can't really get anything that can beat Lando. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, here's all these things that can probably destroy Lando.
It also gets Aqua Jet. Fun fact.
Oh my gosh, it's even worse.
Yeah, but it has like a base 136 speed, so it never has to worry about being outsped.
This is like the opposite of Alola. We got a lot of fast stuff this gen.
Yeah.
I think this is like the 6th fastest Pokemon in the game.
Yeah, they like overcompensated on their speed.
And 2 of those Pokemon are like, or 3 of those Pokemon are the legendaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This thing's also your primary Dynamax target.
Yeah, I love Dynamaxing this thing because I've been using it in Battle Tower. Mm-hmm. And in the rain with the Dynamax Liquidation, it's fun just to watch things get wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Or you use Dynamax Close Combat to raise your attack stat.
Mm-hmm.
So then you obliterate things.
Yeah. Do note that it lowers in power, though.
It does. It's like 90 base power. Oh, well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You get a +1 attack, and then you blow things away with Liquidation because they switched it out. So after that, we have Ferrothorn. It's basic Ferrothorn. Leftovers. Max HP, max speed F, a little bit in the defense. Careful nature. Stealth Rock, Leech Seed, Power Whip, Thunder Wave. Leftovers. It's Ferrothorn. True Blue.
Yeah, the thing I like about this meta most of all is that the things that aren't new are staying the same, but all of the new things can do just like stupid, crazy things. Like that, I mean, everything, like from Dragapult to Arctofish, to Draco Fish, like they're all just doing like really weird, unique things.
Except Arctofish.
Arctofish It's kind of bad.
Arctivish is bad.
Nobody likes ice typing. It's fine.
Yeah, really.
Like everybody's like, oh, we got an electric ice type, and it's just like, That's
Arctozolt.
That's Arctozolt. I do agree with you. Yes. So it's like, it's not a great it's not a great typing to begin with. So I'm okay with that not existing. But yeah, it's interesting. Like the rest of them are just like doing crazy things like toxicity, like with punk rock. Like what is that?
Stupid.
What is this? What is this game?
It KOs Ferrothorn too with Boom Burst.
Yeah, with Boom Burst. Yeah, what's this?
Anyway, I'll wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Tell me about Ditto and why it's stupid in this game right now.
Ditto is stupid because when your opponent Dynamaxes and boosts their stats, all of them by like 1,000, in comes Ditto. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, now they're my boosts, and Ditto can Dynamax, so it becomes that Pokemon and just counter sweeps. Also, important, because this was only updated today as of recording. On Showdown, there's been a bug for a while in Showdown, or just Dynamax wasn't properly implemented. Now, when something Dynamaxes, it loses its substitute.
Ooh.
So that makes it all the more easy for Ditto to walk in, imposter the now out in the open Dynamax Pokemon, and counter sweep immediately.
I never would have thought that Ditto would be something that I would be like, is that going to be on a suspect thread?
On the 1 through 10, if you listen to Battlecast this week, which is literally impossible for you to have done, Thatch, where do you think 1 through 10 Ditto lands in usage?
In usage, it's probably close to 1. It's closer to 1 than 10.
It's 5. It's number 5 in usage right now.
So I was right. It's closer to 1 than 10.
Yeah.
Is Ferrothorn 1?
I think it's more than Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn's, I think, 6.
Really? Oh,
I thought.
Ferrothorn.
What's number 1? Is it Vicious Renboy?
Excadrill.
I believe that.
Barraskewda isn't even on the top 10 list.
That's fine.
He's just a good Swift swimmer. It's fine.
Yep.
That's fine. I understand. I'm at least happy that Pelipper could find friends after Mega Swampert left him.
Right? I was worried for the guy. Ludicolo's not the same.
Anyway, wrapping it up, we have Dragapult, holding an Expert Belt with the ability Infiltrator, EVs of 84 HP, 32 Defense, 184 Special Attack, 208 Speed with the Timid Nature.
So just like a basic spread. Like a basic, very easy spread.
Kind of, maybe, sort of-ish.
A basic, easy spread.
Yep.
Please explain.
These numbers have reasons.
The EVs, the HP and defense EVs allow you to avoid a KO from a Barraskewda with Ice Fang.
Okay.
And the 208 speed is to outspeed Barraskewda by 1 point outside of rain. So if you're facing one down with rain not up, you can take advantage of it.
All right.
And the moveset is Hex, U-Turn, Will-O-Wisp, and Thunder. Because some of Dragapult's best counters at the moment are things like Mandibuzz and Toxapex. So if it hasn't been weakened already by absorbing a whole bunch of rain hits, you can slap Toxapex with Thunder and clear the way for Dracovish to just cleave the opponent's team in half.
I'm so excited.
Or Barraskewda.
I'm so excited. This is exciting.
And Will-O-Wisp goes into Hex. You can take advantage of Thunder Wave from Ferrothorn, Scald from Pelipper to just augment Hex's damage even more. Clean up with Dragapult if you need to.
I feel like this team still works without Dynamax too. If you swap out the Ditto for Darmanitan.
Yeah, I mean, but Ditto's good against Dynamax. It's anti-Dynamax.
Yeah. No.
In a metagame with Dynamax, Ditto is good.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because like in my mind, and this might be a bold opinion, but I don't think it is. I don't think Dynamax is going to be around forever in Smogon formats.
No, it's not. Like flat out, it's in the form it's in now. At the very least, it's not.
Yeah.
So maybe when it's gone or changed in some way, swap this Ditto out with Darmanitan until that's banned and keep going
until that's banned because it's too good, and then and then Draco Fish is banned, and then this is blah, 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 blah.
Whatever.
I can't wait for it all to be banned.
The meta is only Ferrothorns.
It's Ferrothorns and Toxapex and Arcanine. And then that's all you're left with.
Yep.
Oh, well, welcome to this game, kids. That's it for the Pokemon of the episode. We're going to kick it on over to the mailbag after this. So let's do that. Let's kick it on over.
It's mail time! It's time for the mailbag! Send in your emails!
And welcome to the Mailbag. The Mailbag, as always, is brought to you by the energy drink Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves.
And as always, we'll give the Green Tauros badge if you remember, or if your email was good and we remembered it. But welcome to the Mailbag. If you are new, this is the part where we really listener emails. You can send an email into puclpodcast@gmail.com, and we would really appreciate reading it on the show. And if we don't, we promise we'll throw it in the Discord so other people can read it and know that you had words of wisdom. Next week, we'd love to hear what you think of raids. Do you like raids? Do you think they're a good mechanic? Let us know. puclpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can just tell me about why Draco Fish is your favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, praise the boss.
That also works too. So, last week we wanted to know what your tips and tricks for getting started in Sword and Shield were and what your favorite parts were. So, we'll jump into these emails. So, our first one is from Doc Knox.
Dr. Noximus, Automated Notification System. Greetings, Puckle. The doctor is currently unavailable due to expedition fatigue and crushed hopes. However, there are some notes he left. First, many TMs can be bought from the vendors scattered about the wild area. I think they mean TRs.
TRs.
But, yeah. An amazing utility alongside the second nursery tucked away under the bridge. Second, the brilliant Aura Pokemon have nice stat boosts and show up very quickly after farming in an area for a few minutes. That's true. The Pokemon actually confirmed that. Chaining increases that. And third, aside from exclusives, Pokemon have different spawn rates and zone between versions. Rip, got Shield. Most of the Pokemon I wanted were easier to get than Sword. Lastly, the evolution stones are scattered about the wild area and early routes, so it was nice to get my skill link shelter starter evolved early, and she looks amazing Dynamaxed. Until next time, say hello to my bullet hell Pumpkaboo, sent from my haunted forest. Seriously, my team has 3 grass ghosts. All.
That's my favorite typing.
So the only thing I noticed is it started as like a message, like an answering machine, and then that answering machine got oddly specific, and then it was him saying goodbye to us. And I'm very confused.
It's a very well-programmed message, Thatch. What were you thinking? Is there some kind of foolery?
The answering machine became very sentient.
Skynet Online.
This next email is from Katana100. Hey, Puckle Crew, I just listened to the latest ep, and I thought I would drop an email in. Firstly, my thoughts on the game. Honestly, my expectations weren't the highest going in, and I was gladly proven wrong. This game hasn't been an enjoyable romp, warts and all. The gym setup felt familiar but fresh. That Stadia music is great.
It is.
And while the story is a little lackluster, it didn't overstay its welcome. The new quality of life improvements are mostly fantastic, and rating, of course, is a blast. But the most enjoyable part for me, being a Brit, is the overall theme of the game and towns all felt like Britain from the first little village to Wyndon. If you're wondering why it's empty, that's because everyone is down at the local pub watching the latest match. The new Mons having themes from knights to tea is great as well, but I'm still confused why the Swan and Bulldog Pokemon aren't in the game, as they are very British, and I would have loved to have seen a water ground type based on fish and chips. God.
They could be carrying sacks of potatoes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
They could be carrying Barraskewda.
Playing the game for the first time, I would say, take your time, enjoy the sights, and explore. Talking to all the people with dodgy accents is hilarious. A big one as well is that you can get easily distracted by the Pokemon roaming around, but don't forget to do random encounters in the grass, as there are fun Pokemon hiding in the grass still. The wild area is fun, but I would suggest leaving smashing it until the end game. If competitive is your thing, rental teams are a thing, so you still haven't made your team or your dream team, grab a code for a team you like and get playing, so it's still new so that everyone is finding their feet there. Katana 100, out. Sent from Yahoo Mail on Android.
I would agree with the definitely don't forget about the
random
encounters.
There's a lot of stuff in the random encounters.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
I usually had to go back to routes to get those.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about the random encounters being mixed with like the wild encounters, because I think it's a really good like mixture. Like I enjoy still having random encounters.
Mm-hmm.
As a Pokemon fan, I need random encounters regardless of what anybody sells. And that's also a reason why I really like that there aren't overworld shinies. I love that. Mm-hmm. I don't care what anybody says. I love that.
I would prefer overworld shinies, but
we can fight later and we'll duke it out in the parking lot. I'm really okay with random encounters. The only problem I have with them is that the overworld encounters get in my way of getting them all of the time.
Yeah.
Like I legitimately have to like dodge the overworld encounters to get to the random encounters. That is my only pet peeve with them.
Yeah. The spawn rates on those are sometimes a little too high.
I think they're just too high for overworld encounters because like it's just like, oh hey, here's 50 Mr. Mimes in the grass. Oh, you want that one random encounter over there? Well, here's a Mr. Mime.
Hope you have a Passimian that tell you how to get past the mimes.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
make a break for it.
Yeah. You have to it's like playing football and you got to get around. But you're the Bengals and you're not very good. And so that's where we are with that. But yeah, thanks for that email, Katana 100. This last one is from Trainer Wolf. I'll let you grab this one, Seth.
You got it. Hey, Puckalonians, Trainer Wolf here to give my thoughts now that Sword and Shield have released. My last few emails have been super long, and I have a lot of thoughts about Swish, so today I'm doing a TLDR version and leaving out a lot of my thoughts on the game so I don't ramble too long, and as an apology for my last few emails being so long. Sublime, and anybody else new to starting the adventure. My advice is to check out YouTube for various guides and grab a bunch of friends or 3 for raids. My wife and I have been doing raids together, and it's been a blast, and I think it's a lot more fun doing it with a friend rather than just some random people online. This is easily my new favorite Pokemon game, and while it does have some imperfections and I miss my number 1 guy for Alligator, the good
Who
far
doesn't
outweighs
miss
the
for
bad.
Alligator? I think everybody in this room misses him.
Nope. In that room, maybe. I'm in a different room than you,
Can we
boy.
get rid of Croconaw at least, though?
The caveman Alligator? Yes, please.
Yeah. They're a package deal. Okay, they're a package deal.
Not a good package.
I hate you so much. We're going to fight in the parking lot after this.
I give it 20 minutes tops. That's all we have.
But I'm just, okay, good enough.
Continuing on.
I like that nobody's going to get that joke until like 3 weeks from now.
Yep, when it all sinks in.
Yep.
I also have a topic suggestion. Have you folks considered doing an episode about Battle Tower team building? In my Ultra Moon, my Battle Tree singles team was Megaments, Toxapex, and Golisopod, but now that Megaments isn't available, I'm thinking Dragapult, Toxapex, and Gmax Centiskorch. I'd really love to hear your thoughts on building a team for singles and doubles in Battle Tower, since it's similar to competitive, but only using 3 or 4 Pokemon in the team with different ban rules. Hopefully...
They let you use the legendaries. Just use one of them.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't even try. What?
That's because you don't. You never tried using the legendaries because they're always banned.
We've been trained.
But yeah, you can just use you can use Zacian and
Once I get it. I haven't even done that part yet.
It's so sad.
Anyway, hoping I'll eventually stop signing with my real name and remember to sign off as Trainer Wolf as the journey continues. Trainer Wolf.
Did he sign a Trainer Wolf? No, he did not.
I'm going to say he did.
He did not. But thank you for the email anyway.
He played it safe and didn't sign it at all.
Oh, on that note, if you want to email us, like I said, next week, you too can email us here at the show at puclpodcast@gmail.com, PUCLPODCAST@gmail.com. We really appreciate it. You can send those emails out. The link is also as always in the show notes. You can go ahead and do all that. If you want to keep up with Puckle throughout the week, you can do so by going over to our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Keep up with us over there. All of our socials are in the show notes. You can, of course, help out the show and get more Puckly goodness in the content form by going over to Puckle Plus, where you can listen to such things as Seth's voice once a month, talk about competitive Pokemon, and sometimes he lets me back on my show.
Sometimes you actually want to come back on, too.
That's true. Sometimes he lets me back on when he convinces me to come back on.
Me, boy.
I know, I'm giving you such a hard time.
I'm gonna fight you in the parking lot.
Well, we only have 20 minutes.
No. You get 10 minutes each.
Oh God, I can't wait to have that episode. Give it a month, guys. Give it a month. You'll understand. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so bad. And so it's so go ahead and do those things. You can also catch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/PUCL Seth is sometimes there. I'm sometimes there. Lydian's sometimes there. Shamu sometimes there. Jushiro sometimes there. Other people are sometimes there. It's a good time.
A lot of sometimeses.
A lot of sometimeses. We got to get a schedule. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we do.
That's what I'm hearing is we need to get a schedule. We'll schedule this and we'll have a good time. It's but yeah, it's the Wild West over on Twitch. Go hang out with us. It's a good time.
Yeah.
You can also check out our YouTube page, which we're planning on getting some more content up there in the near future for you guys to look at, get your eyeballs on. We're also working out details for our 2020 plans. We don't know what they are anymore. But finally, if you want to help support the show, there's so many different ways to help support us, and it helps us bring this awesome product to you and just make it better and better every week. So first, I want to make clear that any money that PUCL makes does not go to any of our pockets, except for that one time a year we all get together and buy a pizza. One pizza for 12 of us.
That's not true. It was tacos.
Oh, it was tacos. That's true. We did have tacos. We did also have
taco pizza.
We also had pizzas.
We did have pizza.
We did have pizzas and we had tacos. We all starved.
You can tell we weren't going in luxury here.
Yeah, we bought like $50 of Taco Bell. It was a good time. It was a good time. So we did that, and it was a blast. But you can support the show a multitude of different ways. One, you can subscribe to us on Twitch if you have a free Twitch Prime membership. That's always a great way to do it. You can go over to teepublic.com and get some PUCL swag, or just Pokemon swag in general. Anything you buy there with our link really just helps us out and helps us improve the quality of the show. You can also help support us more directly by going over to patreon.com/PUCLpodcast, where you can get cool rewards over there. They're going to be updating soon. The whole Patreon page is going to go through an overhaul with Sword and Shield now that it's released and we understand how it works. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be some cool new rewards over there. And then you can, of course, our newest way to help support the show that you've already heard Seth's sexy voice talk about earlier today is to go ahead and go over to our partners over at Vite Ramen. Those guys are great. They're just fantastic people, and I love their product. I think it is just a fantastic product to be able to eat ramen and not feel bad about it.
I love it. It's such a freeing feeling for a noodle addict.
It's really nice, actually. I'm a big fan. So I would go over to Vite Ramen. You can use discount code PUCL, PUCL, at checkout and get 10% off, and we get a little bit of a kickback from that. Also, just go over there and check out their product. We would really appreciate it if you went and did that. There's also a link in the show notes just to send you over to their website right away. So definitely go ahead and do that if you get the time. We would really appreciate it. And on that note, I guess that's everything we usually talk about. So I am Trainer Thatch.
I'm Seth Vilo.
And I'm R Sigma.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.
It's closing time in Lavender Town. Time to say our goodbyes. It's closing time. Farewell, my friends. I'll catch you on the flip side.
And PUCL would like to thank all of its patrons for making the show possible. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to improve the show, improve our equipment, and do really cool community events. On that note, I would like to let you all know, prior to reading all of your names on the list, that we're going to have a Patreon shakeup. I'm probably going to record a video and put it on patreon.com in the coming days, hopefully sometime later this week, where we'll discuss the changes that are going to happen to Patreon. Mostly because a lot of things have come to light in the way that our workflow works. And I just want to have a powwow, get to just let you guys know everything. So pay attention. Hopefully we see something like that. We're also working on the Ditto Giveaway. There's going to be 2 dates this week on Wednesday and on Saturday, December 4th and December 7th, respectively. December 4th and December 7th. So look out for those dates on patreon.com if you have not already. So on that note, let's get reading all of these names because there's so many of you now. Thank you to Liger, Viger, duly noted, Rob, JT, Big Jonk, the fluffiest whimsicat, Sean, Michael, Paul, Dexio, Christian, Miguel, Apollo, Corey, Rotted, Titan Killer, Lane, Piccolo, Ryan, John, Wade, Marcus, Kinkovic, and Harmonia, Alolan Durgs, Tank, Sheldon, Claude9, CR Perkins, David, Swamp Rattata, Matthew, Sherilyn, John, Jonathan, Merlander, Caleb, Joshua, Zane, P. McGee, Robert, The Golden Klefki, DGZ, The British Gent, Brian DeWolf, Dylan, Trevor, TJ, Keegan, Peach, Doc Knox, Dennis, Farmer, Echo, Edub, Jonathan, Disco Calypso, Kelvin, Taylor, Mike, Colt, Legionary, Maxi, Shambles, Justin, Crocodiles and Crocs. That's amazing. Michael, Tim, Equals, Andrew, Old Man Tup, Jesse, David, Super Chadman, Lord Corbinick, Harvey, Lotto, Jordan, Raymond, Brock, Ed, Louise, Kevin, Nico, Hayden, Voltaire, Calvin, Justin, Luke, Matthew, Naleb, South, Brandon, Locke, iStarly TV, Zach, Kenneth, Prime Rib, Vitz, Jeremy, Gigantamax Metapod, Sammy, Graham, Greg, Alec, Christopher, Yegler, Mikey, Christopher, Kevin, Chris, Dark Flame 3, Half Full Review, Sparky, Coop, Jordan, Shira, Zarni, Smacky the Frog, Ironcaster, Orange Avenger, Steve, Anime Gravy, Hazelnut, Sarah, Dylan, Joseph, Traby, Cordell, Julie, and Alex. Whew. It's getting long, guys, but thank you. Look out for those videos. Look out for those announcements. Pay attention to patreon.com. And hopefully we'll see more of you guys in the future. Catch you on the flip-flop.